art display
as
area?
as an exhibit in the art thing.
Gotcha.
There was a couple things that look like 3D. Maybe not all of it 3D printed, right? But at least definitely some parts of the art were maybe of the sculpture size were 3D printed. And as we were walking around, Kathy was like, you know what would be cool is to enter the state fair.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about it and we were saying like, hey, it would be sweet to enter something into the state fair next year, right? Like that seems like, hey, you got a whole year. You can, come up with the idea and really plan it out and do a cool thing and do it. And so I was trying to think like, all right, let's say I was going to do something that I would be like excited to put into the state fair.
Okay.
And just like basically a non-digital thing to work on. Right.
Okay.
And I was thinking like, and maybe we just, because I was like, hey, we're after we get done with foosball, we're just going to need topics to do with 3D printing. And I'm interested in that. So I was thinking, I might try to come up with some kind of like 3D printed piece of art, right? Probably built out of lots of small pieces, I think is sort of where my head is going, and then broken up and done. Anyway, I'm thinking that's like going to be a project that I want to do over like
and
the
to
next
put into the state fair.
and then like paint it or do something, because here's what I was thinking. I want it to look cool in my house. Because let's say I enter it in some sort of thing, no one's going to buy that. It's like, I want to make it like a crazy thing that I doubt anyone's going to actually want in their house, but it would be cool to enter it and you see what people thought and all of that, and then have it cool for my house.
I think it's a great idea, but you brought up another topic that I'd like to quickly talk about. What do you think about the State Fair Art Show and the award winners? And maybe this is a controversial topic, because I always feel like, how the hell did that one get the nod, whereas this other one, and we don't even need to get in specificity there, but every time I go, I'm always like, how does this not get like something that's a little bit more? And then this other thing here, you're like, man, that feels like they know somebody on the judges.
So I will say that like they do break it up, because there is like a kid section, or not a kid section, like an amateur art section, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so they break it up. So there is sometimes where you're like, this one best of show for sculpture, Yeah. And you're like, really? But then you look over here and you're like, oh, here's another best of show for sculpture that actually looks kick-ass, right?
It's true.
And because there's a difference between like amateur and professional.
It just feels like every time I go, I'm always questioning the judging. It feels like they play into politics, and it's never really like for the actual art itself. So those are my comments on that piece. But
I would also say that they're more geared towards like very traditional styles of like painting and that they're not giving it to the crazy avant-garde artists, right? Like they're giving it, to the person that did a great like guy on a horse or whatever.
That's the truth. Well, if you're tuning in, welcome to the Adam and Ryan show.
Yeah, it's not going to be all about the state fair.
Heck no, but it's going to be about way better cool things.
Yeah, that's true. Way better.
But in terms of state fair, I do have to say that I volunteered for the state fair and worked so many hours. It was ridiculous. So I feel like
it'd be crazy boring.
You know what? You make fun things to do. So I worked the booth, and I just was like handing stickers out to kids and like making a fun time out of the whole deal. And you just gotta like embrace that fun part of it. And
I feel like you can only keep up that energy for so long, right? Until you're just kind of, because what you can't do is just look on your phone, right? Like you can't stand there and look at your phone, because then that's when people go, that guy doesn't give a crap about that booth, and I definitely don't give a crap about that booth. So
yeah, well, and that's the thing. You got to bring your presents. You got to have that, and honestly, that's what makes it not bored. Is you just talk to people. Like people are going by, like, hey, that's a nice shirt, or hey, how's that going? And then just like strike up a conversation. And then I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hard sell you on this thing. I really just want to talk to you, and let's have a conversation. So it's been really good to be able to do that.
No, see, I hate that. That's like my worst nightmare. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to people. A, I don't want to talk to people, and B, it makes me very tired. Like it makes me exhausted to talk to like small talk a million different people feels like one, like some sort of ring of hell. Probably like the third, the third one.
Oh man, it's so different. But
Yeah, I would be on my phone. I would be trying not to have to do that.
Well, what are we going to do today? That's the question.
Two things, like always. We're going to 3D print. We're going to make stuff to 3D print. We're going to talk about 3D printing, and then we're going to play video games. And in this case, our ongoing series of Halo CE on Legendary, getting ready for Halo Infinite.
And I think we also have a special event today.
Oh, that's right.
There was a release of
Yeah.
something very
Okay.
special that we're gonna go through the middle, and we'll get our reactions.
This is something that I'm not gonna. I normally don't watch trailers.
So are we gonna just tell them what the trailer?
Sure. Yeah. Let's just.
So if you don't know, Matrix trailer, the new Resurrections movie has come out. Ryan and I are talking a little bit earlier, and we're saying he doesn't like to watch trailers, right? What's the reason behind that?
Yeah. Well, I've just been trailers give away so much. They do all 3 acts of the movie anymore, and so I've just been trying to more like live the unsullied lifestyle of going into things like not knowing that there's going to be a crazy character coming in the middle of the second act or whatever, which they tell on all of those trailers.
So I feel like they have, but then there's other trailers that realize that's a thing and they try not to do it as much. But I'm sure it's like a marketing department / the studios, and like we gotta get people to come in the theater. So in any case, trailer for Matrix 4 has dropped. We have not seen it yet.
Nope.
We're going to watch it live and see what our take is at. The Adam and Ryan hot take.
Hot takes.
Yeah,
hot
it's going to be
takes.
good. So
that's good.
All right, jumping into what we've been working on. I think what we need to do is just a little bit of kind of unpacking. So if you've been watching the series, the last couple times we've been on the Adam and Ryan show, we've been creating some, what would you call it? Like helmets or tops or pieces for your foosball table.
Yes, exactly. I have a foosball table at my house, and we want to make some heads to go on the top of them and change them up.
Let's go take a look at kind of some of the work we've been doing. So in this case, we've been using Tinkercad and some pre-existing models that we've downloaded. I do see that we have a couple people in the show, and I don't know if Talon's out there, but Talon, I'm apologizing right now. Yes, we use Tinkercad quite a bit right now, but we're going to be progressing to some additional other tools like Fusion 360, maybe SolidWorks, and other things in the future. But in this case, what we've been doing is being able to figure out how to craft a head to snap on to a foosball table so we can make a Halo-themed foosball table.
Totally.
So what was the first thing that was a big issue for us when we originally started working on this was we were like trying to figure out what the heck we were going to do, and we had this little grunt here.
Yeah.
And if you look inside, we tried to create a shape that would fit. The hard part is that it wasn't, and let's see if I can get this positioned right, and we can probably look at the actual model in just a little bit here. But all right, I should probably use the tool, but if you look inside of this little thing, it should snap right on top of Talon's appalled by our usage.
You gotta give us a break.
Yeah, you gotta give us a Talon's
we're learning.
An expert here
nice.
at 3D printing. He's actually the guy that's helping us set up the full 3D printing lab at school and working on that. He's built 2 Enders, Ender 3.
Smith.
Heck yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
So, and he's actually does a lot with engineering departments. He has a lot more, and he has a sweet Loki mask that he just had brought to us at the school. So he'll have to show that a little bit later.
Ah, cool.
But in any case, here's the 3D printed kind of test print that we have done in regard to our little dude here.
And you can see that shape, right?
So,
I don't think we have to explain the whole thing every time. People are tuning in for every single one of these, man.
This is Talon's first time, though.
This is serialized.
But the problem was that we couldn't squish that little thing down in the right way. I don't know how to make that arc to where it's not a perfect circle.
Because it was basically a perfect circle or sphere. that we cut off, and it was too small.
So let's see what
So should we do this one?
Yeah, let's look at this other helmet right now.
Okay, so then we changed it out.
Ooh.
And we flattened it out a little bit, and not through any sort of ingenious use of the tools, because that was not happening. We struggled through that last time. Listen to the last episode to hear us curse about it. What we worked on for hours and hours Not on the stream, but pre-stream. Anyway, and then on the stream, we just figured it out and we did it and it worked great. So I tried this on. So here he is. Here's the Master Chief thing. He's got some little holes in him a little bit that we'll have to mess with once we get this actually started to print. Because it was just a test. And then here's the other side. Nope. Here's the other side. The back of his helmet.
So he's pretty hollow. We didn't do any infill, and it was just a hollow inside.
Yeah,
and
we were like, who cares?
We did it at super fast speeds too. I was even impressed that it held itself together. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, now that it fits on top of there, I think what we need to go do is take a look at what it looks like actually on that foosball table.
Doesn't that look cool? Man, I feel like that looks super cool.
It looks badass.
Like the grunt was neat. The grunt was fun. There he is, staring off into the distance like he's, shooting the album cover of a Christian rock song. But like, he was neat, but the Master Chief, I feel like, just goes with that because he has that body type where a grunt doesn't really have that body type. But imagine all of those as grunts in the front and then jackals in the back. I feel like that's going to look so cool.
Heck yeah. Look. So it fits perfect.
Great. Dude, perfect.
Awesome. So I guess what we need to do today is go in here and what do we want to do? We want to fix up the grunt today?
So to be honest, I think we know that is a good inside like hollowed out piece, right? And we know now that we know that, we basically need to do a kind of final test to see how are we going to actually stick it together in the end. Is it going to be screw holes? I guess
we could. I did think about this. How permanent?
Yeah,
would you want this to be?
I don't, because I like one. Kathy and the children, I really had to convince them that this was going to be cool.
Be the thing.
Like, because they're not into Halo as much, especially Kathy. She's like,
sure.
What? Like, I have to look at this like while I'm playing.
I have to play this.
This is a thing that I actually play.
She could be Master Chief, though.
Totally. Yeah, we were gonna do a Cortana, right, or something, maybe. But so I think at some point, especially if we have the inside part already done, I mean, this could be hey, for a season, right?
I think I have an idea. It just dawned on me. Okay, so if we're gonna screw it together, originally, we were going to use it on the sides and use 2 screws. What if we put like a post in here and like a hole in the back, and then inside of, I don't know if I'm explaining myself right. So like, let's say I took like this shape out and I need to rotate it in a way that's not retarded. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word.
Can't use the R word, dude.
I just saw, yeah, that was really bad. Edit that out.
Now we're going to get canceled.
We got canceled.
So I see what you're saying. Basically, you're going to put a screw hole through the back of his head.
So if we pull this up here, I'm going to undo that because I messed with the shape a little bit.
Now, one thing that I have never understood with this, and you seem to do all the time, and it seems to work out fine.
What's that?
Is having a shape like this where you're going to put a screw in and not putting like... it just screws into plastic and it's fine.
Yeah.
You just make it slightly smaller than the diameter of the screw, and it just screws into the plastic.
Yeah. So I have different metric screws that I use, and then what I'll do is I'll look at those. I'll measure the hole, and I'll just make it slightly smaller than that screw. Yeah. So what I guess I'm trying to do right here is you take this, and I should have.
Well, and it would be entirely filled in.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we could do it filled in, or you could just have this like. So if you imagine this right now, that's going to be the post. It'll be a little bit hollow in there and recessed, and so that like we'll have to put a hole in the back. Maybe we could even like line it up with this hole.
Oh yeah,
and then you just screw that hole in there, and then you're going to have this exact shape on the opposite side.
Yeah, and then I think you do a little indentation right in, so that the screw is like flush with the back.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's the way we're going to do it.
I think if we're going to go through all this trouble, I think I would just fill it in the whole way. Because I don't want it to like, we already went through all of this. Like, what is the difference between 3 extra hours and 10 cents of plastic?
I'm not having any problems with making it completely solid. The thing though right now is just getting the idea of where this is going to connect and how it's going to work. But I just wanted to show you the idea of how this would work. So once we get those pieces and they're all connected, we'd probably have to have another.
I think you wouldn't make two of them, right? At this point, you would just make one. And then you would cut it, right? And then cut the other one.
I see what
Same
you're
as
saying.
before.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm
'Cause
just.
then it would line up perfectly.
We
and
are
all
totally not doing the actual
that.
version of
we're
it right now.
why aren't we doing the actual version of it right now? This is what we're printing today, Adam.
Not this
Don't
one.
show
I
me
thought
the little show.
are we printing the helmet or are we printing the grunt?
I think we should print the grunt because he is more put together.
That's
right?
that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
So let me put this down and let me.
Because like I showed with this guy, he definitely needed some. He needs some extra love and attention to make him look cool. Whereas I feel like the grunt is basically there.
Yeah, the grunt's there. We already have him. He's solid right now.
Yep.
I just wanted to kind of remind ourselves of what we were talking about at this point when we start working on. And honestly, we'll probably do a little bit of this work on this model next time, or just off camera, and then that way when we show up, so you know what's gonna happen. I should not have done that. I should have merged those shapes. There we go. So see how that hole would kind of fit into there? That's not lined up. I didn't do any of it.
I mean, and whatever. It would be in the inside of it, so who cares?
All right, so we need to go get that shape. So I'm going to take this guy, and let's just get rid of all this stuff that we already have that I just did. And I'm going to unpackage this shape.
Nice. I always love that.
Did I do it? Oh, I did. Okay, cool. We got that. Get that out of there. Now we will undo this guy. All right. There's our shape.
Oh yeah, and that was our bottom part. So it cut his.
We have to look how many times we merged things.
Yeah.
That was like a million merges. Okay.
It's because we're making complicated, amazing 3D prints, Adam.
Yeah. This
isn't just some rinky-dink operation making bespoke foosball heads.
It's not very functional. It isn't really. Well, I mean, it is super functional, at least when you're on there and you're feeling badass and you're going to be killing some grunts. See, I can't tell. Is this shape the same? I don't think this shape is the exact same shape as that other one, which is
because that one has an extra shape in it.
Okay, we're going to just merge these.
Round.
I unmerged them. They're already merged, and then now I can take it as a piece. There we go.
Nice. So that's our head.
This little piece I'm going to get rid of.
Now, when we do this guy, I want to tilt his head forward some.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you noticed that in the other one. Like, he looks... Oh, that's right. I commented on his Christian album cover.
Yes, he did. So I can see it right now. He's definitely, like, tilted forward.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get that other piece out of it. So...
And he didn't have the bottom... That was the end of his, like, breathers on the side, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All we got to do is just go here. We can actually make that shape like this. Just, like, tilt it slightly. It has a little bit of a jump to it.
Yeah.
So maybe we're just going to type in some
values.
values.
What was that? What was it jumping to?
Let's see here. How's that look? Here, let's use this. We'll use this tool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that looks good.
Maybe 12? Maybe like 2 more degrees?
See, we're going to have to pull this apart a little bit more so we can get to that. Let me get this little guy out. We're going to delete that piece.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Maybe we should... No, we're good.
Yeah, and then we just fit
that
that
looks
in there.
flat, but see, if you pull this guy apart, there's the whole grunt.
Oh, yeah.
So remember, he was a whole dude.
I didn't even know. I think I like was gone for like 5 minutes taking a bio break when you found this grunt, imported it in, and cut his head off like all in one.
So I think what we need to do is I need to put that back that couple degrees. Let's see here. So he's flat. So I went.
You went 10
negative, and so we can go 10 positive. He's flat. Now we'll uncouple him. Now why did I do that? Oh, because we're going to tilt him because I want to keep this box flat. You'll see why I want to do this in a second. So now we can tilt him.
I see. We're gonna have to cut off some of that
negative 10. Yeah, we're
his little backpack.
Oh, why did it go that way? It should be like positive 10?
I guess.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That looks pretty flat. So if we're on the right side of it,
yeah,
it's going to be good. So
totally.
Let's just pull him up. Yeah, I see. We're going to have to pull a little bit of that back off. How much of his head? See, you'll have this chunk of it too. So we might have to extend it a little bit. Unless we just go, we sink him down a little bit. But that's going to cut too much of it off.
I mean, if he didn't have those breathers, then I would say whatever. But that's the whole grunt look.
Yeah.
You're wrecking the grunt look if you mess with that too much.
Okay.
Yeah, can we just build blocks around it that will chop all that crap away?
Look so we already have that block there. It's right here. There's this back one. We probably already did that for whatever reason.
No, I imagine the little pointy tip of that was coming up like a fin out of the water.
Okay, so what we can do next is copy this. See, it looks like a big hot mess right now with like boxes everywhere, and this is what was a good way to learn it. So this piece, I think we're gonna have to tilt that, right? Yeah. Okay, so what, 10? God, why did it why did it go one way one time and the opposite the other? I think are we getting
now
it?
Is he gonna have enough back of his neck to hold on to?
Yeah, see, I think if we cut it that way, we might have to actually build a chunk here. So let's do this. I'm gonna delete that one that I just had.
Yeah, what if we edited that and said, okay, take all that body away, and then we went in and we like surgically just like added a cylinder to his neck or
that's
something.
What I think we need to do.
Like,
wait a second. Oh yeah, that grabs his whole body. So we're gonna just merge all of this together.
Yeah.
Except we have our little piece in there. So if I grab this block, let's see which blocks I'm grabbing here. That one, and our grunt head. We'll move him out.
Yeah.
Merge those.
Move him off the artboard.
Uh-oh. It exceeds the size limit, Ryan.
Oh, is that because you put him far away?
No. I think it's because we have too much geometry in here.
Well, save this as version 2 and delete out Master Chief.
No, I don't know if it's actually all of this pieces.
The grunt is too many pieces? No, he's all
polygonal. There we go. I must have pulled it off too much. Okay. There we go. So he has the little shoulder pieces that are.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to like do strategic blocks to cut that off. Right?
But do we want to even cut it off?
Yeah, because I feel like that's gonna be like a cape, like a neck guard, and it's gonna come out like those are his like old timey neck ruffles.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pull this over here. We'll sink this in.
See, and now that's where you gotta like.
But see, if we angle it, you still have an angle. We want it to set flat.
Yeah, but like, because you're just gonna keep deleting it off of them, right? You're gonna keep combining it with the blocks that you have until you have no neck, and then we'll just put a cylinder in there to make it the neck, right?
Well,
because all we need is like literally the back of his neck to go down.
If Talon's still watching, if you're even still watching this, Talon, like how appalled are you right now of this?
I feel like
what would be your approach? I'm curious. Like if you were to cut this thing down, where there's another tool. I think he was talking about Mesh Editor earlier today, or a different program. I hadn't heard about it before. And so there's ways to take these things in here, and I'm sure there's an easy way to go in there and click on certain vertices and pieces and take these chunks out.
I mean, if we're talking about it being sometime analogous to Illustrator, right? You would just be grabbing points. Like you would basically delete all that stuff, and then you would grab his neck points and just like pull them down another inch. Talon's saying it's always a good day to learn Fusion. That's true.
Yes, it is. But would you take this into Fusion?
I mean, I'm always thinking, if somebody knows a more complicated program, they almost probably never work in the simpler program.
No,
right?
he just checked this one out. So here is Fusion 360 if you're interested, because we have been playing in that platform. So this is something that we could quickly do a piece in.
Yeah, we might do that if we have time, right? We got half an hour.
Yeah, but
can we get this grunt head?
Yeah, we're gonna get the grunt pieces. But if we put this into Fusion 360, you're gonna watch an hour and a half of us tinkering around and not knowing what the heck we're gonna do here. But what we can do is we can just show where our learning is in Fusion 360 and be able to kind of import that, because I don't even know how I would cut out all those pieces as easily as we're doing in this kind of
bumbling through a new software is not fun streaming.
no but we're getting close here with some of our work. Let's see here.
Yeah, make sure you're getting under his that
little breather. And that's all right. I think I agree. We need to get a clean palette here. So I'm going to copy this little dude, and we're going to go and I'm going to create a brand new thing, because we have all kinds of junk in here that I just want to get out.
It's especially tough when you're just like selecting it right by accident and then having to unselect it. It's weak.
Yeah. So I should be able to just copy paste. there's our little dude.
Nice.
On the thing, the only thing that I forgot to do.
And he's sized correctly at this point, right?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay.
So the one problem is I need to get our little part to so it fits.
Yeah.
On the head. So I'm gonna go grab that.
The hole.
Or the negative space.
The negative space that's gonna put a hole in that grunt's head.
Mesh Mixer. Yeah, that's the one you were talking about. It's a free Autodesk software you can use for smaller mesh edits. So when you do mesh edits, I guess we're going to have to play with this. There was a couple suggestions on programs. And so when we started this stream, we talked about starting to adopt new platforms and try out some new things. So I think like Mesh Editor would probably be one of our next ones, especially if it's free and we can have some options. All right, we got everything kind of segregated onto a single page, and we can go back to all those other pieces as we need. So
yeah,
let's get this.
So now I feel like now is where you need the tilted cylinder, basically, right? Just like
cylinder or rectangle.
Yeah, rectangle. Sorry.
Okay.
Do the.
So 10, is it negative? Is it negative or?
Because before he was, you got it wrong. You took it. You rolled the dice. It came up snake eyes.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be wrong every single time that I do this, but at least
it's a 50-50 chance that I get it wrong 100% of the time. It's like USB cables.
Oh God, I had this USB cable that they had. I think USB had a cable that would go both ways when they first came out. Was you bring that up?
It's USB-C, right?
No. The original USB cable was supposed to work in both ways, but guess why they didn't do it? Too much money.
Too much money?
We could have had USB cables that fit into the thing. In the time when they were manufacturing it was going to cost too much money
to make each side the same or whatever.
Yeah,
like to like put a reader at the top and at the bottom so that it could like get on both sides.
Yeah, it had this like really flexible design that would kind of like pivot.
Yeah, because I imagine no actual instruction or what is that? What kind of designer is that? Like a mechanical engineer or whatever would ever actually want to design a thing that looks exactly the same on both sides but can only be plugged in one way. I feel like that's product creation 101 not to do that. So there had to have been some, I assume there was some kind of cost.
It was all based on cost.
Or some kind of like copyright law.
There was no copyright. They was inventing the USB and they're like
inventing it right then.
They're like, hey, we could do this thing and it's going to make people easier. You just have to plug it in any which way. You should do it from
the front view, right? Because then you would know where it was.
Yeah.
I always remember.
I feel like I have to rotate myself around all the time.
I always remember doing stuff when I was doing it in Maya back in the day. I loved those like front, back, and forward views because I feel like when you're doing it in 3D, you're always like, is this the right way if I put it this way? But if I go like front and side, I could do them two different ways and it like instantly lines up no matter.
So give me an example.
So like right now you would take it and you would pull it all the way from his right shoulder or his left shoulder to his right shoulder, right? So you would make it that full length. And then you would switch to the other way and know, hey, this is how much I have to rotate it. Right?
So it's a cross right here, and you'll notice that we're almost.
Oh yeah, we're almost
there.
And then like cut it off his neck too, so it's
the one problem that so we're gonna cut this off, and then we're
just like put a cylinder, a cylinder right there.
That's where you got the cylinder from.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this is almost gonna get it.
That little back piece.
The problem is once I rotate it, it doesn't like adjust in a really good way. So then what I would do, this is how I would do. I would just take another little.
Yeah, exactly. This is like the what's the sculpture process when you're doing it either, negatively or additively, right?
Absolutely.
This is we have a big chunk of clay and we're sculpting off pieces.
So this is honestly that you said that, it made me think like we're approaching this with art and design skills and not more engineering skills. And so we are taking like our knowledge of years of Adobe usage and all these other like tools that we have and like transitioning it into doing some kind of more engineering style kind of things. Now
that's why I think and that's why I feel more comfortable doing art stuff as opposed to full on, because I'm sure there's a ton of engineering type projects that you could do with 3D printing, right?
Look what we got, Ryan.
Hey,
I think that's looking pretty good. It took forever to get to this point, but
I think we're cut off the front of his neck.
No, we're gonna put that as part of the cylinder,
Oh, okay.
right? Because it needs.
I would still make it thick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You're basically gonna try to match somewhat that cylinder.
How thick is this grunt? Right?
You know I love my grunts thick.
Yeah, with 2 C's, maybe 3. All right. No, that's.
I'm sure there's some kind of rule 34 of that, right? Is that what that is? Wait, I said it right, I think. I don't know.
You think you did? I know what you're talking about. We're not gonna do that live on stream.
Oh yeah, no, just type that in to a safe search.
I'll do it on this other monitor.
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut off that neck piece, I think.
You think?
Is that
Nah.
okay?
That looks good. There's just a little chunk of everything. I think this is your guy.
Yeah.
I think we got him. Okay. So we'll just merge all those pieces. How's he looking? He's looking straight.
Totally.
What's that little? It's all like jacked up in his eye, but it prints fine.
Is it?
Yep. Let's pull this guy out. This is the right size. I'm gonna go from the bottom.
Yeah, he's trying to. Yeah, look at his head again, or look at his eyes again.
You're right there.
And does it look weird?
Oh, you're gonna switch it over to our.
Yeah, I was gonna do roaming cam. Roaming cam. So that's the print,
Yeah, he looks fine.
right? And I don't think we've messed with anything.
No, he's good.
Okay.
It just has some weird geometry in here.
Yeah.
So we're good. The only last part is we just need to sync this just a tad. So it pops out the bottom.
Yeah, you got to make sure that the entire, because it can't like go into the curve of that bottom, right?
So you know what? Actually, I'm gonna take this part out for just a second, because then I think now that we got the cylinder here, now we can cut it down one last time to like goes up a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So he doesn't look like this, has this weird long
Right.
grunt neck.
yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. So if I'll go from the top here, pull out a cylinder, get that guy going.
Just like basically the same size cylinder, right?
Even a little bit bigger, because
Tiny
it
bit
doesn't
bigger.
really matter. You'll see what we're gonna do here in a second, and we'll sink this guy down. Let's do it from the right side. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we'll just make sure that's big enough. There we go.
And it doesn't cut off any tusks, right? Or air filters.
It does that
Oh,
a little,
it does a little
it
bit.
kicks into that one, so that's what we're gonna have to just adjust it a little bit. Maybe even make it a little bit smaller. This is not a science right now. We're not doing scientific work. Oh yeah. There we go.
This is a hack. This is hack work. We're hacking this thing together.
Yeah, it's the best hack ever. Okay, we're good. I think we got it. Perfect.
Yay. Yeah, that looks better.
Now this guy.
He's looking a little beefy maybe before.
It just looked like he had a long neck, like he was really stretching it out.
Yeah.
But we know this part is going to fit exactly perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the bottom. And I'll adjust that right there. That looks good.
Yeah. Yep. Good.
I think that's a print. We're ready to print this?
We're ready.
How much? So we probably want to go here. You know what I'm going to do? I like to do this just to see, so we can kind of see inside of the geometry of what this would look like. That's going to look good.
Yeah, because hold on. I'm gonna kick it back to
Yeah, go for
this
it.
roaming cam one more time. That's how much we had last time. So like barely any of the actual stock.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I think maybe if we go back to desktop, I think maybe like low. Do you think like lower down in there?
Yeah.
Because it worked perfect last time.
So we can kind of put, I think they're like right about there.
Can we see it without fill?
Yep. Hold on, let me grab that. There we go.
Yeah. Turn it back to the front.
It has just a couple millimeters.
Okay.
I think
Just like that.
this is still going to be a test run anyway. So I think we print. I think this is our print.
Great.
So what we got to do is what's the last bit?
So we got to combine that right together to make it an actual hole in his head.
And now we do our favorite part of Ryan. You taught me this one, and we were talking about cutting this a little different.
Yeah,
right, this time
to make sure that his. Yeah, so that
like almost perfectly in the center. But see, was that going to create an issue? It probably wouldn't. It'll be just fine, actually.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
It'll snap in. That's it.
Are we gonna put the hole? Put a screw hole in the back of his head. Like I feel like that's just literally a cylinder, right?
So I'm trying to think when we should do that. We should probably do it first.
Right now, yeah.
Okay, let me just do this. I'm gonna hide this block because I think it's in a good place. And then we'll put.
What size cylinder do you usually do? Like for screws.
So let's see here. There's different kind of metric sizes, so we should probably grab. I'm trying to think what would be good for this one. Let me grab a screw set and see what we can come up with.
Ooh, and then we get to use calipers to. I should have brought my calipers.
M5,
Whoa, those are huge.
M5 are going to be way too big.
Yeah, I feel like M5 too big. Let me see those.
I think this one might work. Where's our head? Here. Here we go. These are the two. Or one or two of those.
Okay.
I think that looks good. So that's an M3 at 20 millimeters.
20 millimeter M3 screw.
Yeah, that's going to be good. So M3, what is 3? 3 millimeters? Let me get one of those screws there, or bolts, or whatever we want to call these. So that should just be 3. Yep, it's 3 millimeters.
3 millimeters
diameter.
Awesome.
And so we can just take this guy and take that down to 3. Take that down to 3. Yep, there's your.
Now, do you need to make it 2.9 or something?
Nah.
No?
I feel like, well, we could, but I don't even think the tolerance on these 3D prints, it typically shrinks it a little bit, or I've noticed that, and I wouldn't say shrink, but it always tends to be just a tad bit smaller, at least in my experience.
Okay.
So we're going to take this 90 degrees. There we go. There's our screw hole. And so then the question is, where do you want to put it?
Yeah, I mean,
like right up about here.
Yeah, like sort of center mass, right? So that it can get the best.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold, because there's no bar at this point. Like it's just air.
Again, this is just us jacking around right now because I think we're going to still want to do a little bit more work. So like if I put this in here.
Yeah, we do it like that, right?
We want it like that, but then the screw's going to be all at the back, the head of the of the screw. So you'd want to
do a tiny inset.
Yeah, so you make it a little bit. I wish there was like a better way to snap this.
Got to use that camera angle tool, man. There you go.
And I have it on what is it mode? There's the different orthographic and then the perspective mode. But the jump, that's what's the pain in the ass. So I'm gonna go to 1/4 millimeters, and we're just gonna eyeball it, and then we can
make it what? What's the width of this? The head of this screw is. Well, now I don't know how. 5? No, 6.
Yeah, let's see here.
6.
It's right on. Yeah, I would say that's 6.
Yeah, because we want it to be a tiny bit bigger. We don't want it to. You could probably even do it like 8.
Yeah. I know exactly how I do this with the hole feature in Fusion. There's this sweet hole feature. All right, so do 6. Oh, so not 60.
Not 60.
There we go. And well, the problem is it pushed it into the geometry there. Or did I not even grab the right part? Let me just pull this out a little bit. There we go.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll get the 6 there.
Why does it keep shrinking it down?
Oh, it's because I see what's happening. I need to. This is the bad part of this. See, it's 38 long.
Oh, I see. You're highlighting the wrong vertices to change the.
Let's see here. Is it? Oh, you know what? Is it because I have to adjust it this way? There we go. This is 6. There we go. It feels like I keep screwing it up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's this one. There we go. 3, 6. Now we're there. Now we get this guy. That on that. I'm eyeballing this guy.
Yeah, as long as it's... Because if it's not in the middle, the screw won't be able to go in, right?
No, it's not going to do the thing. Well, and that's when I was trying to size it, and I was like, if you can copy paste it exactly in the right place, it would have worked. But let's do this. Actually, we're on steps of 1/4 millimeter, so I think we're actually where we need to be.
Make
Now.
it like 8. Make it. Can you make it 8 size? Because then I feel like if it's not perfect, so what, right? The screw will still make it. Unless you're confident about it. And again, this is probably another test, right?
Yeah, this is our test.
You know,
because we're just trying to see if the angle's right. It's gonna
if the screw works.
fit.
Like, what if we print it solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any difference, or does that matter?
Okay.
And maybe how long it takes, so we sort of have a
Because look
printing heads. Yeah, and then just pull out that cylinder, right? So it's only just like, what, 5 millimeters?
it still feels like it's off just like a hair.
Yeah, it does. Okay, that looks better.
Because we're looking on it. I mean, we're barely able to see that through that. Okay. And then if we get this guy and pull it out. Well, I'm pulling out the wrong one. Grab that. There we go. Maybe like right about
Yeah, perfect.
there. Perfect.
Actually, look at it from the top view. There we go. Nice.
It's off. You can tell it's off.
Whatever. I'll
jam it in
I'll
there?
get it in there somehow. And is this too like short of a thing?
We'll see in a second here.
I mean, I'll just buy longer ones or whatever, but
No, look, it should be fine. Because look, there's your little hole. There's your receiving hole.
yep.
Okay.
Because this is 18 millimeters.
And then this is your little trick you showed me. I love this trick.
Now do the back.
And
Now, what is the width of that? Does it can you see that easily?
the width of which part?
The back part, his back head.
Yeah, that's a good point. We will grab a tool. Right there. 25. Yeah, that's it's gonna be.
This guy's not gonna fit. But
I actually have some longer ones I can give you.
Okay.
So that's just was to get the general size of it.
and eventually we'll have to know exactly what the sizes are, right? Because you don't want to go in too far, right? But you also don't want it to be sticking out the back.
Let's export these guys and get these going. So
Yeah.
we're gonna export this on STL. Call this one what? Throw these on desktop for now. We'll do back, and then export to front. We're gonna print in PLA today instead of PETG.
What's the difference? He said, I'm like the audience surrogate here. Of course I know what the difference. PETG and whatever. But
So I don't know if Talon's still there. He may have the bail, but he did say the weird eye problem in the grunt is because a bunch of overlapping faces. It shouldn't.
overlapping faces?
Yeah. He said it's horrid topology, and I agree with that one. There's an alignment tool where I guess you're going to have to show me where the hell that tool is. Oh, there's this alignment tool right here. That's mirror, and here's alignment. So if you like select these things, you can align things, apparently. And I have never clicked on that button in the entire time I've used this. That's a good tip. Okay. I think at this point we are exported, and now let's go into our slicer and import our parts.
Are you going to be able to flip those down so that they're face down
Yeah.
in this? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do
you can manipulate stuff in this. Yeah.
Remove my prior little pencil holder.
Should I get this 3D printer?
No, we already have the SD card that's in
sure.
the thing.
Yeah, we can't do anything till we have that, right?
Okay, there's our back.
Always love that Whoever came up with don't just open it up, drop it down from the ceiling and have it bounce a couple times was a genius.
You got to have that little bit of a
Yeah.
flavor for it. So there's our front piece. Bing, bing.
Somebody was like, do we have to do that? Do we have so many other things to do? This software is broken and it ships next week. I'm not adding the bounce in import. No, you have to.
There's our head. This is our test. We can probably separate it just a tad. So let me just get this move tool, get it out right there. You know what we could also do is you can select everything and then center and arrange models. That aligns it. We're going to use PLA. And let's do...
So you never told me. What is the difference between those two? Just they're different.
PLA and PETG. That's a good question. So there's different filament types. I tend to print more so in the PETG, which just has a higher temperature that melts the plastic, and you have a little bit more strength to the parts that you create with PETG.
All right.
PLA though, lower melting point, you can get it out a lot quicker. So this one should be a lot faster. So let's see if we prepare to print on PLA.
And we're doing this one like
3 hours.
Thick, right?
This one,
because I mean, I'm not going to be able to stay for 3 hours to pick up this piece,
right?
Probably. So,
but it's still a part that we're not 100% sure on. This is our last kind of piece of what.
And I guess the difference between it being like really thick and solid and half thick and solid is not. It's not like I'm going to be like, yeah, maybe 3/4 thick and solid. Like we're just going to print it thick when we're ready, right?
Yeah, we're ready. We'll do it 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're ready to go.
Is that going to be heavy? How heavy is something that prints?
It starts getting a little bit heavier when you do that.
Maybe we do want like some kind of medium ground. So what is this one? Like, is this 50?
It's 15.
15.
Yeah,
okay.
it's going to be. It's honestly, it's probably going to be fine. So we'll call this one grunt 2.
Yeah, because it's not hitting anything, but it's also has the possibility of hitting things. Mm-hmm. Like balls jump up and jump out of the
and smash into it. But yeah, it's going to still have enough. Okay, ready to go. So we're going to save. So I already saved it to the card. Now we just need to load it up. So you want to get it all ready to print?
Is it in the card?
Yes, it is.
She's in the card. I'm going to unplug the card.
Take it out.
Okay. All right. Now you're still gonna have to tell me what to do.
All right. So we're gonna get Ryan on the printer today. So here's our nice little printer cam. So grab those little clippers, the blue handled. You got to clean that tip off, Ryan. You gotta. Yeah. Oh, there he is. He's getting to that tip. Oh, don't screw up my nozzle. Oh, you just screwed up the nozzle. Just kidding. No, you cut it a little bit, but it's all good.
I thought it would like
slide down on it. Off. It's only mad out of like what, but you didn't actually cut anything. You just kind of like dinged it, which is not going to be an issue whatsoever. So that's cool. We're good to go with that. It's not going to affect anything really. If you would have like clipped it off, then we would have had to switch out the nozzle, which would have been a whole different thing. So go ahead and load that SD card in there first. So he's loading the SD card. You can't see him over there. Oh, there he is. Hello. Yeah, okay. You're good.
In, and then I'm turning it on, right?
Yep. Let's see what we got going here. Do you hear that delicious noise, that fan noise in the background? I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty annoying. So the fan makes a weird squealing noise for about a minute. Okay, we're good to go. So let's home the printer so we can get it into the home position. Click on that. There you go. Prepare. And auto homer. Nice. And you know what you can do is let's just go back to main. And we can just start the print. Print from TF. Ready to go. And then there's our grunt PLA.
Oh, it's slow.
Yeah, you went too far and too quick. It's because I think it's reading from like a memory card for whatever reason. It doesn't like my memory card that I have. It doesn't read it as quick. So you have to just slightly turn it and it'll pop down to that second one. What's interesting too is that this is PLA, so it's going to jump into it a lot faster. So we got the bed at what, 60? And then we're going to jump up to about what, 210 on the nozzle in just a minute here. All right, so we're basically into that. Yeah. I think it's the special part of the show now where, well, this heats up.
Oh, yeah, that's a perfect timing.
We need to watch the trailer. I'm actually pretty stoked about this one because I have not seen it. I'm a big Matrix fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you're the bigger Matrix fan of us too. Did you play any of those video games?
I did. The video game was amazing.
I remember you playing the video game.
And it was like a whole other part of the story. There was the Animatrix. They were
supposed to, now Animatrix was the shit. I really enjoyed it. I bet I have seen the Animatrix more than I've seen any of those movies. Just because I feel like there was some cool. Do you see they're doing Halo stuff with that? I think
with
like just different styles of people going in and doing different like versions of that. God, I think that's what I was looking at. Anyway,
all right.
Well,
I think this is the trailer. Is it a 2-minute trailer? This is on IGN.
3 minutes. This is gonna be the entire movie.
I'm scanning. I'm scanning it.
Scanning.
Okay.
I'm scanning it. All right. So hot takes on this.
Are we gonna Are we gonna pause it as we go?
Yeah, I think we can pause it if we want to. Right.
All right. Let's check it out. This is the Matrix trailer. So dramatic.
This is gonna be in my headphones.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
Thomas, you seem particularly triggered right now.
All right. First pause. There's a cat. Amazing.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, can you tell me
I love
what
cats.
happened?
I've had dreams that were
Was that
just
Doogie?
dreams.
Dude, I swear I saw Doogie.
Oh, it is. Hey, Neil Patrick Harris. Love him.
All right. Let's just look at. There's the cat in the picture. I don't know if that's any reference.
Okay.
Cats are always happy.
Love this. Does Keanu Reeves change his look anymore, or is just his? He is just
We
Keanu
never use that
Reeves.
word in here.
This is like John Wick version of Matrix.
Yeah.
He had a little ducky on his head.
Hi.
It's Trinity. She's in it.
Have we met? One pill makes you larger, and one pill makes
I guess maybe
you small, and the ones that
you're saying he's dead. Is he in VR or is he in the Matrix?
do anything.
Well, I don't know if we want to spoil what happened in the prior Matrixes, but
Yeah, I think we're past.
I feel like this is, so if it's called what? The Matrix Resurrections, like it's almost like it feels like a reboot, right? Like this is after all the events before, I would suspect.
Okay.
Tall, go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
There's a dude's face in there.
Time to fly.
It's the new Morpheus. Yeah, is that young Morpheus?
They didn't have enough money
You want
to.
the truth,
Couldn't
Nick.
get him.
You're going to have to follow me.
And you know you're going to fall.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up. You don't know me. No?
Christmas.
Yep. I like that. It's like a
wait.
stealth drop almost. They haven't
okay,
shown
so
anything.
They got some sentinels
Oh,
in here.
okay,
These
yeah.
are the farms. Okay.
I guess.
Dude, I got some chills when I saw some of him punching that dude. This is badass. I'm liking it. So, Shifty's saying that somebody's watching The Matrix on this trailer somewhere.
Nice.
This is looking badass. I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna have opinions after this is done.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
I don't know. Who's directing this?
Lana Wachowski. It's
So they got. It's not the brothers. The brothers aren't doing that?
They had a sex change.
I know.
So it's her. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the brothers. It's the Wachowskis.
But like, there's two of them, right?
Yeah.
So did they both have sex changes?
Yeah.
Okay.
One
Are
did.
they both working on this movie?
I don't know. I saw
Lana,
one.
Lana. That's it. Okay. Hey. So
Oh, what's your thoughts on that?
here's my only thing. Obviously, that is like you're not going to get too many plot points out of that. It didn't seem.
We could
like,
dissect it and look at frame
of
by
course,
frame, and I'm sure
yeah.
there would be some interesting things in there.
But through some of the visuals, I would say like it feels like a lot of similarity between that first movie and this movie, right? Like it feels like they're like the pouring rain, right? The dodging stuff, the like jumping off of buildings. Like I feel like there's a lot of similar imagery there, and I want to make sure that I hope that is just sort of like fan favorite stuff, right? And what they're not trying to do, because what I don't want is Ace Ventura 2.
Do you know what that looked like? It was like the 4K version of the original film.
Yeah, see?
And everyone had the sick phones.
And they got a new Trinity, and they got a new Morpheus, and they just
Trinity's the same.
Okay.
She was the same.
Okay, so they brought back Trinity, but she doesn't know, so it's like their
But he
same
doesn't know
thing
either.
of-
It seems like, I don't know, it's too
Yeah,
much to
hey,
speculate. See? It's
I'm going to watch it for free on HBO Max. And so I will watch this new Matrix, and I'm sure it'll be very fun. And but I don't know if like I want it to like blow my mind like the original Matrix.
Oh, Ryan, what's going on over here?
What is happening? Oh, okay.
We got some 3D prints going.
Hey. Ooh.
I got to adjust our... oh, no, it's going. It's going well. There we go.
Auto skirt.
Yeah, I put the skirt on there.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm going to adjust it by a little Z-step just because it looks a little too high for my taste.
Too high. Too far away from the bed, right? And so it's not going to lay down perfectly. Okay. Adjust that baby Z-step.
All right, I think we're adjusted. So I don't know. I'm a Matrix fan, and I wasn't as excited about the last two of them.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. We're not coming
And
off
so
bangers
if I could get that first flavors again, and he can get that, I'm liking it. That's my take.
I don't also know, and obviously we weren't paying attention super hard to the dialogue, but it seemed like Keanu Reeves in that was just kind of looking like dumbfounded the entire time. Like he didn't understand what was happening or
let's look at a couple things. So if you know how the last one ended, he doesn't exist in his prior self. So this has to be some sort of new version of him.
Like he died and now he's just like, whoop, he's in alternate universe.
No, he didn't. This is not even him. Like
this isn't him.
This isn't the one that was in the prior Matrixes. This is a new something of him. Is what I'm taking from this.
And so there's always going to be. So Morpheus doesn't know him already.
I know. Well, I don't know. See, we're all speculating here. It feels because if you kind of watch the first one, there were supposed to be many, many, many iterations of him. Talon gave us a heads up that it might be too high. Talon, one of the things about the 3D print on this piece right here is that this camera is super close to it. So it makes like any little error or a little issue blows it up at like full scale. But when you really get close to it, we could probably
because it's
go
like
down
half a millimeter away or something too high. Like it looks like at this point. Plus, I trust you that you know your machine, Adam. Like you've done a million prints here. You're the one sort of dialing it in.
And so I'm looking at our current part, the one that we had before, and we can go and look. I mean, it does look like there could be a little bit more closer on certain areas, but if you look on that left-hand side of the part, it's a little closer on that right-hand side of the part. So my bed is just like warped by a little millimeter. So certain sides will be a little bit closer and other sides will not be. And that's just the nature of my bed. It has a little bit of pieces on it. So thanks for that tip. I think because once I've done it before, one time it like grinds into the bed on one side and on the other side it just like rises enough. And then I've done the little, twists and turns to make that happen. All right, closing thoughts. Matrix trailer. Are you were not a super big fan. I felt like I'm pretty much a fanboy. I'm excited. I love it. I love the new visuals. I like the upgrade, the version of it like coming back to it. Now the story is going to make or break it depending on how they kind of progress.
I want them to take the thing that I will like about a Matrix movie is that if they take bold steps, right? Like I want them to do bold things with a Matrix like reboot or something, right? Like I want it to be some different level of AI or some kind of other, something that pushes it then for that. Because if it's just an action movie with the same kind of stuff with Morpheus holding up a red pill and doing the same sort of like story beats, then I'm not going to like it. Yeah.
So Disturb talks about it in a good way. So, and it's true. So there was a truce at the end of the third Matrix, and then you go into. So sorry if I spoiled the freaking first three for everyone.
But
then he was reintegrated in to be then, I guess, reborn and redone, and then he doesn't remember any of that past. But from what I'm seeing is like they're having flashbacks. Did you see that part earlier? And I just noticed it. So when he's talking to let's see if I can get to it. Doogie. When Doogie's
we don't use that word in here.
All right. Look at
we don't use the word Doogie in here. I've done so much more.
Okay. Look at his glasses. What color are they? Blue.
Purple. No, they're purple.
Well, depending, you're colorblind. So it's the blue pill. Is he trying to and then you saw him dumping the pills out?
Well, yes, I definitely did saw that.
Maybe he's trying to suppress his thoughts of trying to take the red pill.
I think that's cool.
I don't know. So I'm almost thinking why is this a machine in the Matrix that are
trying
they
to
had the truce, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like of all the movies, The Matrix is the one to what about this crazy thing? It feels sort of like advanced tech is just magic, right? So you could do whatever you want. So it's fun to speculate on that kind of stuff.
All right, we'll end with this little doogie. All right, if you're familiar with the format of the show, we're gonna do some Halo now. So we got to jump into our systems.
Whoa.
And
hey, don't just put it off like this is up. If you know the format of the show, it's video games next.
This is
I feel
the
like
best
we're in a very critical spot of Halo CE, Halo Combat Evolved. We're at
That's true.
the point. I mean, I'm gonna spoil the hell out of Halo CE, a who knows how many decade old game. I guess people know. You can look it up, but this is where we meet the Flood for the first time. We're in 343 Guilty Spark. I'm curious how we're gonna do with grenades blowing up constantly and tiny little tight corridors.
Oh, when we're playing on Legendary.
And we're playing on Legendary. It could be a nightmare now that I think about it. Because I was confident. I was like, Adam's got work to do tonight. We could blow through this hour. I think literally the Halo CE and Matrix 3 spoiled for me on the same day. That's terrible telling. Oh man, that hurts.
That's right.
Because now he's not gonna be able to watch either of these two things. Yeah. So I think the par for this course is 15 minutes to get through this. And I don't know if that's on heroic, probably. I would imagine. But I think I don't think we're going to get through it in 15 minutes, but I think we could do it in 45 minutes probably.
Do you remember what number you were? You were supposed to be a number, Ryan.
I told you to remember. That was my contribution to this pre-show. So Adam's trying to switch around.
No, I'm doing it. I got it. We're all good.
You're doing it in real time.
You have to log in to your pieces. Gah! I thought I had it, and then I didn't.
See, this is the same thing as last time. No, well, so Adam was figuring it out, and he was like, all right, Ryan, you're this number compared with this monitor. And I just said,
I did it.
And I said,
I'm good.
You should write that down.
Boy, we did it. I'm already there. We're already set up. All right,
Look how much vamping I had to do. Get you set up. I can just log in?
Well, yeah, maybe I'll cut away so that no one sees your login. How about that?
Go to card.
There we go. Good luck on logging in there. It's not like you guess you'd see your password though. And Talon, I'm very sorry that we spoiled that for you.
Oh yeah,
but
no, he's screwing around. There's not a single person on Earth that doesn't know what the Halo CE storyline is and Matrix. Those Venn diagrams, I feel like of of fans. It's a big. They're almost connected.
Okay. So,
am I not in?
no, you should be in. We just need to get to the right mission.
Yeah.
We're gonna set this up. Okay, we're on Guilty Spark.
Yep, we're one past assault.
He's like, now you're gonna tell me how the Iliad ends. Have you really never?
How the Iliad
have you
ends.
played Halo, Talon? Like, because you're a bit younger. I know that. So
That's true.
I don't know.
It came out in our prime of.
Yeah, when we
fucking
were
around and
when
playing
we
video
when we were
games.
your age, this is what we did in the day. So we got that guy. Let's get it on. It's on easy, so we need to make sure it's not on easy. You got to go up.
I'll let you do it. I'll let you do it.
Got legendary.
Legendary,
No,
of course.
we want
birthday party.
which
That's
is-
That's the
Where's birthday
one down,
party?
right? The candle.
Is it?
Isn't that it?
Grunt headshots and glorious celebrations.
Yeah. Because I feel like that is so helpful to know that guys are dead.
Okay, now I don't feel as bad. He's actually seen all the Matrixes. Wait, he's played Halo 1 through 4. You haven't played 5? That's...
Ask me anything about Halos 3 through 5. I feel like I sort of lost the thread there a little bit, but
All right, we're jumping in. Oh, crap. You know what I didn't do? I didn't turn on our noise. That was my bad.
oh yeah. And you're not gonna have a sound
No, we're good.
music playing or uncopyrighted music playing in the background, right?
Hells yeah, we're in.
The last transmission from the captain's dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago.
We could have done the little hack
All
where
right,
we
faux
threw
hammer.
the piece down.
Oh yeah, and then tried to jump out of there. We did that one other time, didn't we?
Yeah, but this might have been actually a strategic move to use it this time. There's a cheat when they drop you, is if you chuck a grenade on the ground instantly, they don't get you out of the craft, and then it floats up onto the geometry somewhere, and you can skip a couple of these parts.
Nice.
This is going to be a freaking pain in the ass now that I'm thinking about it. Whoa, there was a little...
These guys asleep? No, he's dead.
No, you should hear the audio now. Well, at least I hope you do. Oh wait, maybe he doesn't hear the audio. Hold on, he's saying there's no audio, so let's make sure that you're getting that. Are you hearing it now?
Okay, let's see.
I think we didn't have it initially. It was on there.
There's a delay, right?
Yeah. So he's not hearing audio. Let's just make sure that's actually the case here. Check. 1, 2.
That's mic aux, right? We got that HDMI.
You
I
thought
assume.
you shouldn't. Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Now you want to hear audio.
Let's see. Okay, we're ready. I killed those guys. It's fine.
Thank you.
The patrol is dead.
That's okay. It's more fun to have some conversations as we do this.
Yeah. Oh man, I got all these grenades.
Jesus. See, this part's gonna be a pain in the ass. Stupid little jackals. I just want to get to the flood part.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, it's just gonna be a lot of like pistol shooting from far away.
Yeah, it's okay. We got this.
Ah,
This little
still
bastard.
here.
behind you.
there we go. Shot you a little bit straight in the back, but we're still friends.
It's all good. I remember the first time I played this, like not knowing to jump on certain routes and stuff,
Oh,
and running
totally.
around things and being lost for centuries. I literally think this is the part that I always get lost at. So if we can get this, what the hell was that? Hello.
Did I get him?
I think you did.
Ah, nice.
Boom.
Yeah. So when I was playing with, I played through this with Weston, and we got about halfway through Halo 2, and then we just went into other games. But when we played through this section, he was like, why is this set up like this? Like, he kept like falling down, and at some point, I think he just went like, just get me up this stupid tree, or just warp me.
See, this is where last time, remember we played? This is the old version of what this looks like. Super clunky. Now it's like...
Why can't I get up here?
Rain. I wonder if you can shoot those little like dragonflies. I don't want to try. I don't want to waste a bullet on it.
or wake everyone up.
They're just running around down here. Are they fighting something? Oh crap! Yeah, the flutter. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Whoa,
Some headshots.
whoa.
You know, it is a pain to have all the grenades that blow up. You know, the grenades blow up other grenades. Sometimes that really helps you. You know, you could be like, yeah, I'm running into this thing.
Ah, bastard. Oh, I forgot. I have another gun.
Yeah, there we go. All right, that was good. Clear out that little area. Sometimes I feel like those guys get on top of you.
Yeah.
You forget you're playing it on Legendary.
You lead me, Ryan.
Yep.
You're leading. Did you see the guys shooting each other?
No.
The floating guns.
Oh yeah, we didn't come down. We didn't come down low
Fast
enough.
enough.
I love that.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like we did that
Ready?
pretty good.
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to switch us. Hit 1 and 2,
Yep.
and then co-op. Okay, cool.
Which view do you like? Well, of course Ryan's the best, but here I am. I have my pieces. We got our co-op screen. We got a lot of different versions of this for you. That was a kill-tacular? No, it was.
I love that.
Hell yeah. Oh, this part. Wait, punch him. Shit.
I mean, I'm still gonna punch him.
I grenaded him. You're dead. Sorry. I'm sorry. I knew that was gonna happen right when I threw it. You're not coming back.
I grenaded him, and you're dead. Oh, and now you can't get back up there either. You're gonna have to kill these dudes. Kill these dudes.
No, I'll just die.
What?
I don't have enough bullets.
Oh yeah.
and I want to
that's
stay up
probably
there.
true. Yeah, I could see that.
Go give your kill.
Here my. Just get to do this fun kill-tacular.
The
again.
view is the best while playing the game. Very true. You got all 5. That
No,
was
I
great.
didn't. No, I missed 2.
But you got more than last time. Okay.
All right. Man, those like military grenades. They like really good at blowing up other grenades. Ah, my
I
goodness.
just love those sounds.
Good sound. Good sound design. Is Marty O'Donnell the like? Did he incorporate or did he make all of the? I don't know.
No,
Obviously, he
the
did the
Foley art?
music,
No
but
way,
yeah,
no,
like the
no,
Foley
no.
stuff. I don't know. Sometimes they do, don't they?
Maybe. I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either, but
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
You might
Man.
die.
There
Nice,
we go.
you got him.
Oh, all 3 of them. Great. Okay. I basically have this. I feel like I have this memorized.
Yep.
Maybe I don't, but we'll see.
You know what? We should probably grab a pistola, plasma pistola.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
But
Because I think this is a lot less elites and more other guys.
you got him. He's stuck. That was good.
Oh my goodness.
Do the mop up work.
These grenades are doing work.
Oh shit. Look at that.
All right. Yeah. No,
Terrible
oh man. Ugh. Bro, what is?
murder.
Who did this?
Who could possibly
Our
have done this?
Marines? They're monsters. Let me see this old. Yeah, gross.
I like old, man. There's an aesthetic that makes this look really good. Look at all these needler rounds.
You know,
This is like the only part in the game that actually saw. I remember there's an actual needler rounds.
Yeah.
Like where else do you get needler rounds?
And they're weird. Like I don't feel like they come off as needler rounds, right? Only because they're the same color. They should be spiky for God's sakes.
The sound designer was Adam Two's. Is that all? Is that the Foley artist?
Yeah, like I imagine, like mixing.
Hey, but hey, cut it out. Are we supposed to kill that dude?
I love him. Oh, see. I'm sorry, man. We're gonna need that pistol. He's gone crazy.
Dude,
sacrifices have to be made.
Man, people are gonna hate on you now.
I get it. I get it, but I need those pistol rounds. He's not gonna help out even. In fact, when the flood actually get here, he would just got murdered anyway, and he would have been shooting me and not the flood. These are cool. Can I shoot this? Yeah, there we go. I'll just release this. I'll just release this mist. That's probably fine. Okay, you up here?
I'm right behind you.
All right, right behind me. Okay. Something's going on. We still don't know. I have no grenades, unfortunately. Okay.
You should be able to open the bridge.
But then I think it drops us, doesn't it?
No.
That's a different bridge.
It flickers on a different one.
Okay, yeah. This is us. This is us meeting the flood. This is where I'm always like, where's my shotgun right here? Oh wait, there's another one. Why don't you grab this?
Just another shotgun?
No, a health pack.
Yeah, I definitely need it.
Yeah, but I'm always like, I need the shotgun as quickly as possible.
You ready for this?
Sound design, it's a cool job.
Wait, are we on old or new?
That's got to be new, right?
It's looking new.
You can't change it mid. I think. Do they allow you to change it?
Not during this scene. Yeah, there's.
But when you're starting out, if you're not
if
on
you're
new,
in the mode, then it just does old mode.
Yeah, this is definitely new.
Oh, that poor guy.
Was he dead?
He was like on
and now he's dead?
I don't know. Why is he wearing that weird hat?
Like a bucket hat? Right? Isn't there like... Shouldn't you have had a helmet on?
Like, there's a perfectly good Jenkins helmet right on the ground, but
just scoop his head out of it and put that on yourself.
I always love this part.
Well, we get some good Sergeant Johnson here, for sure. Which is fun.
Why do we always have to listen to this old stuff, Sarge?
Watch your mouth, son. This stuff is your history. It should remind you grunts what we're fighting to protect.
Hey, does the governor want to wipe out this?
It's funny because like that animation was terrible. It's like they're disappearing out of the scene and things.
No, that's supposed to be the recording, right? I think.
They're what?
The recording, because this is like a playback of his video.
The background was perfectly fine, and they're the things that are just getting jacked.
Well, that's not good. That's not good then.
No, that was they were like, we got to rush this. Do we want to watch this? Have we watched all the other ones?
We have.
This is the drama.
Yeah.
See, this is where they
Close, Jenkins.
put on their invisibility and started shooting. Left their guns right here.
Yep. Oh, we like just missed them.
Wait here for the captain.
All right, we're skipping it.
Okay.
Let's jump in.
Sir.
Yeah, it does look like the anniversary. It's anniversary version, but
This is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, anniversary. Yeah, not original.
But see, in the original, when you're just like playing, you was like a good build up. You're like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I didn't even expect the flood. Like
No.
I'm remembering the first time just being like, what the hell are these little things? And then it was just nuts.
I don't know. Maybe there was
I remember thinking,
friendly fire or something?
not necessarily in this section, but when they started fighting the Covenant and stuff, I remember thinking like, yeah, that's a cool thing to... I love it when games introduce a new enemy halfway through. Like... Because then you're like, what? A whole new thing and a whole different type of guy to kill? And these are sort of like, the elites and the Covenant, like they're so tactical usually, right? They're flanking you and doing stuff, and this is like the zombie version. And so now we get to fight zombies with shotguns. That's why I was never a huge naysayer of the library anyway. I was like, hey, you know what? It's fun to just get a shotgun and shotgun zombies over and over and over again.
Oh shit, Talon. Isn't the big green guy from Fortnite?
My kids were like knew and cared about Master Chief because they saw it and they wanted to start playing that because of it. So it felt like a good indoctrination of my children into Halo because they play Fortnite.
What's going on?
So my son had already beat all the Halos together with me, and then
Yeah.
he's just like, whatever.
For it being in Fortnite.
Like, he's just not even into Halo like to the
Yeah.
levels I am, because there's so many shooter games and other things
Totally.
that he's already done.
No, that makes sense.
Get your
And
ass back up this
and
second.
his kids will be like, Fortnite, Grandpa, whatever.
Yeah.
For your lip, soldier. I gave you
He's
an
been
order.
playing the shit out of Roblox lately, though.
Really?
Like, and he's a hardcore gamer with all this other stuff, but he just like gets into the whole Roblox kind of piece. I don't know what's the draw.
Me neither, because every time I watch a Roblox thing for 5 minutes, it's got to be a thing where it's community,
Oh,
right?
here it is. Here's
Ah,
eating people. This is the last we see
Sergeant,
Keys,
we're
right?
Surrounded.
yep.
Damn it, Jacob! Fire your weapon! There are too many, sir! Don't even think about it, Marine.
He doesn't really hold it very tactically. He's just like, ping,
He's like,
ping.
and he screws it up at the beginning.
Here, Marine.
There's like,
They're like covering
aliens
all of it.
getting all up in
He's
his
like,
face.
I'm gonna yell at Marines.
That's a good thing to do.
It's the limitations of the like animation, right?
They remastered this crap.
Well, but they didn't go in and reanimate it because
Fair.
you wouldn't be able to switch back and forth between the old version and the new version.
All right, finally, here we are.
Here we are. I
There's the radar.
have terrible weapons now. This was okay. I'm gonna ditch this.
You should have a pistol, right?
Yeah, I have a pistol, but I need an assault rifle because a needler in this section is going to be terrible. Okay.
It's not terrible. It
Oh, because they take forever. Because it takes forever to shoot.
No,
Okay,
it's
so
right
here we go.
here.
Yep. There we go. Easy peasy.
That's what she said.
Easy peasy. That's what she said.
I remember
Ah!
running out of bullets. Oh crap, we're done now. They look like... Oh, in Halo 2 Anniversary, you can swap between the scenes in the middle of the scene.
Oh, nice. Okay, here they come over here.
I love that we have our
Like Halo-
historians in here helping feed us all this
We have
insights.
yeah, we have like a 3D printing person expert and a video game / Halo expert, which is amazing.
Right, we're gonna have them both on the stream one of these days.
Yeah, I would love that, especially because when Halo Infinite comes out, it's not going to have the co-op. So we're probably going to play some
God.
multiplayer.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why we were doing Legendary Halo.
Yeah.
Was to lead up to the Infinite release and play co-op together, and we're not going to get it out of the release. Bull crap. Okay, I'm feeling good about this.
Yeah, totally. Okay, now we got...
Now we got some guys, right? Probably shouldn't have done that, but I'm
let
sorry.
it blow up straight in my face.
I didn't expect it to
just
take as long.
stick onto a guy. Oh, see, now I'm dead.
Like
I was
dead?
I was getting eaten. Yep.
Ah, shit. I can run out of here, right? Oh, I can't. Shit. I
Well,
just cornered myself.
no, the other way. Well, yes, that was a bad idea, but
Yep, I shouldn't have done that.
just run out of here.
I'm doing it. Wait, you can't.
Isn't the door open?
Which door?
The door they just busted through.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't need that pistol. We're gonna be getting shotguns here in a minute. Oh God!
I'm done.
Grenade that dude.
Oh!
Oh!
We have to do the entire
Oh.
part over.
Yeah, watch the entire cutscene. Oh, just kidding. Oh, but we do have to do all of this again. Yeah, because here's me throwing down this. All right. Well, whatever.
You're not looking forward to Infinite. Tell us why. Because I was not impressed with it initially either.
No, and I will be honest too. Like, I don't have high hopes for it, especially with the year-long delay, and then not even being like, oh, it's been a year, but now we're totally ready, does not fill me with high hopes.
No.
I do think that the 343 guys know how to make a Halo game, so I think it will still have those moments of fun. I think it will have that, but I don't know if, like, I kind of wanted it to be sort of a Destiny, right? But it seems like they're more into, like, this is just going to be a normal thing, and it's going to have multiplayer, and it's going to have Forge, and it's not going to be Destiny, which is a little disappointing.
So, like, in Destiny, like, what pieces?
Well, like, because you can be constantly doing stuff, right? You're sort of leveling up guns and doing... there's that, like, reward of going through and, finding a crazy, exotic gun, right? And all of those are dumb things with just numbers going up. You realize that? But I feel like it helps you, helps me be like, oh, right, yeah, I should get back into it, and I should play some more of this, and then when I do, then it's, like, fun, and I'm leveling up stuff, and it feels like I'm doing things each time that I go in when there's no story left.
What, I'm a Destiny 2 stan. What's stan mean? Oh!
A Destiny 2, like, fan?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of stan, a fan? No, me too. I haven't played it nearly as much, but I have gone in with some of this new DLC, especially because it's all on Game Pass.
On
so
Destiny?
Like, yeah. And so I played some of that. And it's fun. Like, it's still... going away from it for that long makes you go like, oh, right. All of that stuff with all the guns and leveling them up. Every time I go back in, every single one of my guns is just at the max, like, or the new cap, right? Or the old cap. And you go, great, I'm spent 3 weeks leveling up that gun so that now it's just, they're all 1,000 now anyway, or whatever. So now I have broken myself of that curse of, like, really caring about that, but it is fun to get new little drops and see the different types of guns and all of that.
Look at this, we're learning new lingo. This is how lame we are. Stan means super big fan. I love it. No cap.
Is nice. So you just used that accidentally, but it was a. But it
no,
was
it's
a whole
real.
thing?
He used it.
Oh,
I'm reading chat. That's why I'm kind of. That's my excuse of why I'm sucking. I just really suck in real life, but it's because I'm reading the chat while I'm trying to play here.
Oh god. And then I love it when they get up. Like, I hate it, but.
Wait, I have a question about Destiny. Does it have the claw? Was the claw in GoldenEye?
The claw?
The claw. Like, you shoot out a thing and you, like, pull yourself. I swear to God that was in GoldenEye. I'm just unsure if that's true.
I know that there is a grappling hook supposedly in the new.
Yeah, the grappling hook. But it's like I thought it was called the claw. This is the one that is falters, right? No.
Oh, jeez. I fell down here. That was a bad grenade throw.
No, that was the only thing about Infinite that I'm interested about.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, great throw. That definitely seeing some new traversal stuff, because I feel like Halo does feel a little slow.
Grapple hook.
Like, with all those other games, you're dashing and there was not even a sprint for a long time. Did I just get stuck? Like, I don't know if it needs wall running and things like that, like a Titanfall wall running, but I feel like it does need but I feel like it needs something to get you, like, around and moving around quicker. It's just, that's more like a modern video game that's come out in the last 5 years. You follow me? Okay.
Yeah, I got you. I'm behind you.
Okay.
No, what I was thinking is that grapple hook. I could have sworn there was a game. The grapple hook in Infinite is actually an armor ability. Okay. So you have to load it. It's not like an every... Yeah, well, then that's fine. I like that. Actually, I like that that's a thing.
And that was kind of like Halo 3, right? Like, Sprint was a...
But what other game has it? I could have sworn, like, 007 GoldenEye had something.
Oh,
like
you're talking
that.
about like an old school game?
So the original 007 game had like something called the Claw or something. You would shoot it out and you'd pull you around the map, and it was really fun. And then no other game had it that I remember. And then now I saw it in Infinite, and I thought it was a thing.
Grapple hooks, that has been in a ton of shit lately, and that's fine. A good grapple hook with like fun ways to use it. That's cool.
Okay, now I lost myself. Where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. Never mind.
No, get out of here.
Maybe I should stay back.
No, we got it. We got this.
We got this.
I think there might be a shotgun in there.
Oh, let him fight. Let him fight. They were fighting each other.
Yeah, good. Let them do that. See if there's a shotgun. I thought I saw a guy with one.
How did I imagine that then? Where the hell was the claw from? I swear it was in a game of like. We used to play with
that we used to play like multiplayer.
It was one of the first ones that we did, so it must have
because there was like Bionic Commando obviously had like a grapple hook that was cool.
All right.
Up? Yeah, we gotta go up.
Yep. The ridiculous floaty jumping.
Yeah,
I'm
God,
so terrible
worst.
at it.
Come
in this
on.
game. But how did we do all some of those crazy things that we used to do, like get out of the geometry with this terrible of jump?
I
remember there was a time where we would run. You would jump, I would jump on your head, and then jump off your head. And remember that crap?
Did you see that people were mad because there's no in the Halo Infinite beta that there was no grenade jumping? Like you couldn't grenade onto the ground and then boost yourself up with the grenade. It just like went. It didn't have any bearing on your on where you were, and people were like, "What the heck?"
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Lame.
And that does not feel like a thing that they could just go in and change, right? Like that feels like physics stuff that is way already baked into this. Okay, here we go. We're good. Shotguns here, right? Ooh, health. I need that.
Do you have a shotgun?
No. I thought this was...
Yeah, grenade jumping, crouching.
Yeah, and then crouch so you could get up onto things, and like I remember doing that in the original Halo like 1 maps for multiplayer. You could like get into certain areas or just get away from people. You'd be like, I'm gonna eat this health, but I'm gonna get up into this top thing where you can't shoot me anymore for a sec.
So, have anybody played Splitgate? I think that's the name of it.
Splitgate.
It's the one that has freaking. It's like Portal and Halo all in one.
Oh, this is a modern game.
Modern game.
I haven't.
It's a cool game. My son's been playing it. It really puts a whole new dimension on. I think that's the name of it.
PC game. It's a PC game.
Talon's a professional. Have you actually been playing it, Talon? Do you like it?
Here we go. I wouldn't mind doing some like multiplayer playing weird different things, right? Like just random, you know, I was playing Heeb Ho the other day. Have you ever played Heeb Ho?
No, I haven't.
It's like a kid game. Well, but you're a really simple character, but you're like you're grabbing each other's arm and flinging each other across the stage. Anyway, playing with the children, that was super fun. Just like a bunch of ridiculous things happen, and you're like mad at each other, and then you're being like, wait, we can get it. Oh, throw me over here. And then you make these, like, you only have like one button basically to hang and let go, or you can do this thing where you like fart, or I don't know if it's called fart. Yeah, I think it is farting. And basically you're just like sitting there and farting, and it's like shoving guys over and stuff, and so you'd be like, all right, we're all at the finish, nobody fart.
I've not seen that one.
It's good. It's good.
But it looks like Talon seems he's really good at Splitgate. That's awesome. No, but what was cool about that game, or at least what I enjoyed about it, well, at least I didn't play it much, but is the whole dimension of using portals in a multiplayer game. And then you have portal types, so if you like are a red team and you throw a red portal in, you could see through the portal. But if you're the blue team and you go up to that portal, you can't see through it, but you can go through it. So it has like these just cool dynamics that I think make the game really fun. And I like Portal a lot.
You know the only thing about that I feel like would be bad is that feels like a recipe for me getting shot in the back a lot. Like somebody throwing a portal down. No! Reload! Get out of here!
You done?
Ah! Nobody had a shotgun and he was killing me, but now I have his shotgun.
Good. Keep that. I'm up top. Sniping people. He's running after you.
I don't know.
Oh shit! I jumped
I got
down
shot
right
once.
when you did that. That was so
Oh,
bad.
I'm back.
Oh, good.
How are you invisible?
There was invisibility up
Nice.
top. I've had this invisibility for a minute too. How did you come back? I need a shotty. Is there a shotty over here? Oh yes, there is. Hello, shotty. Actually, I should probably keep this. What would you keep?
Pistol shotgun, I would imagine.
That's true. You can snipe those little guys and pop them.
Yeah, you end up punching a lot of guys. I just like, I always like the idea of
An anti-portal grenade.
anti-portal grenade.
That's what he's saying, so you can close up portals.
Oh yeah.
Just
Okay.
the dynamics of it were really cool because you could like shoot through portals and kill people, and I don't know.
How
it's
are
fun.
you trying to be like strategic, or is it like so fast that you're just like, throw this here so I can jump down and then get here and then pull my portal back and then throw it up here so I can shoot down at that guy? Is it more like that, or you're like,
can't put
strategically
there's-
put it here?
Yeah, there's specific things that you can put portals
okay.
on. So it's like you have this surface that does it, but the balance of it seems really good because. I don't know. And I'm talking like I played the shit out of it, but I hear my son's playing
Watched a
it.
kid play.
Yeah. But I watched him
Is this where
play a
we're going?
significant amount of time. Yeah, here we gotta... Oh, crap. Oh, shit. Get back. Oops. Ah. Oh. That was that guy. He came back.
Oh, was it?
I don't
Poor
know.
guy.
It was maybe the guy. Uh-oh.
Disturbed is online.
He got on. He's got to play some Destiny.
Okay.
How many hours are you in on Destiny? 2. Last count, you were in the thousands.
Man.
Oh, he's
That's
downloading it.
dedication.
He's going. He got convinced. It's the game to go for. It was in beta when I was watching, and my son was playing on computer. But yeah, it's really fun. Any pro tips, Talon? Aside from closing up portals? Okay, I feel like we shouldn't have gone this way. Oh no, we do go this way. We're on the other side, right? We're on the other side.
And now we're at the...
Don't go over that.
I can't turn this
Ah,
on.
fudge. You're gonna
Fall
have to.
down?
I did, but just you should be able to warp me, maybe. Or not. I'll just run back over to you.
That's fine. You'll warp at some point, right?
If you get in the little thing, it takes you up.
What if I just blow through here as fast as I can because I know where to go?
You do that. I thought I was going down.
I thought
a
I knew where to
path.
go.
Yeah, you're going the right way. Shoot the bad guys. But with portals, it seems like there's a little trick sometimes, like throw a portal and then chuck a grenade and then you do this thing. I don't know. Like Halo, we had the bitch combo. The bitch combo was so helpful. 1,736 hours.
Wow.
God damn, how many days is that? Somebody do the math. That is ridiculous. Ridiculously cool. I don't know if I'd ever be able to do that.
Well, I love the idea of having a dedicated game, right? Like
Yeah.
so something that you're just like, oh, this is what I follow, and I do the dailies, and
Well,
I do.
it's
like,
good that they have dailies too, and like it keeps expanding. He got 1,000. So he had 1,000 on the other one. 72 days. Holy shit.
72 straight days.
That's amazing. Okay.
You're like, and that's how he did it. He just played for 3 days straight, and just started on Sunday.
No, 72 days.
Oh, 72 days.
70 freaking 2 days.
Okay, so now we're talking 2 months.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a hell of a bender. Where are you? Oh,
You're going the right way, right?
yeah.
I think.
Well, there's basically how I know I'm going the right way is when you have things that fight you. and run
Things
at
are
you.
fighting you. I wish I could find a shotgun.
Oh, you
There was
didn't-
one shotgun.
Right
in
here.
this
There's a shotgun
entire
right
game.
here.
Where is it?
Right here. I got you your shotty right here. Ask and you
wait.
shall receive.
Yeah, hey. Ah!
I got him. Did you get your shotty?
Yeah. Ah, jump down.
Ah. Hey, buddy.
There we go.
All
Because
right.
we're going up, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what that's showing, right? Oh god, I just fell down.
Yeah, you gotta jump.
Platforming parts in Halo 1, maybe not its best.
Just
So I
because
turn
how
this
floaty they are.
flashlight off. There we go.
That's when you have no kids and you have a life disturbed. Man, we need to go hang out. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Sam. I don't even think I've talked to Sam in like a
Me neither.
straight year.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, we're going across.
Pretty sure this is gonna work. D2 Trials of Osiris. Destiny 2.
Just get out of here. Oh god. Okay.
Fantasy football.
Ooh, the fantasy football team that I was on last year has not invited me back because I quit that job.
Yeah, they
That'll happen. And because I did not care about fantasy football, and I just let the computer basically sort of tell me what to do. But it was fun to follow it, and I got third.
I don't think I've ever played. Oh, just the draft, the actual draft. He's not talking fantasy. He's talking just
Oh, the
real
actual
draft.
draft. I don't know, again, I don't know enough about football. I follow it
What's going on down there?
super tangentially. Okay, we're out of here. Let's get these Marines. Do you need
Go, boys. No, I'm good.
You're
I can
good?
probably get some more ammo though, if you
Yeah?
needed some. Got 7 rounds of ammo. We're almost out of the guilty spark. This
is good.
We did decent. There was one death, and I didn't show up to help us out of it.
No, we died a few times, but I feel like there was nothing,
Oh yeah.
which is good. I feel like that's how this part should be. It should be more cinematic, right? Like nobody wants to play the zombie part over and over and over again, and maybe that was why the library was bad, or people really. I mean, there's probably a lot of reasons.
I'm already
people didn't
dreading
like-
the library.
No, it's gonna be fun.
With the explodiness of it, it really
So in that sense, I feel like the really key is pistol shotgun, right?
Yeah,
Because you want to like get rid of guys away from you before they blow up and blow up all the grenades that you're standing in. And then anytime anybody gets close, you just shotgun them in the face. What am I getting hit by?
I don't know. Those guys are making some funny noise. They're like,
Get out of here.
You don't have to kill all of them. I mean, you could, but
No, well,
everyone's
they were
like, come
shooting
on,
our
guys.
guys. Yeah. Our stragglers. They were shooting our stragglers. Oh. Oh, Sergeant Johnson just died. That's canonical, right? Ah! I backed up into a whole crowd
Oh,
of them,
shoot.
so I'm dead.
Okay. Get you. Oh shit.
That's all right. You could just run.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Did the grunt head fit? Yes. It
Yeah.
Well, with the new piece that we were looking, I think you just picked up your shotgun on accident. I'm
Totally fine. We're at the end
apologize for
here. Like this is a sprint to
I wish I had sprint, to be honest. Talking about
what?
sprint.
Sprint? Blasphemy.
Do I have to kill these guys for this thing to be a thing?
No, you just gotta like run around the structure, right? Like there should be a structure with little 343 humming and saying how great he is.
This is it.
Yep. You gotta find him. I love him. I remember thinking he was so cool when I very first saw this.
This part?
Yeah, I just thought that was neat.
Yeah, Disturb, we'll stop this part. We can look at where we're at with that grunt head. But yeah, the original one didn't fit, but we redid it today.
We redid it. Well, we redid it last time.
I feel like I do have to kill these. There we go.
There we go.
And that's a print.
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343 Guilty Spot. Someone has released
Just getting shot.
My function is to prevent
I'm gonna do a quick.
Could he die?
cut over.
but I require your assistance.
Who?
Could Master Chief die? He's gonna get shot to death. Oh, he just barely. Look at all the blood there.
That was cool.
Like, he probably got shot to death. Nice.
All right, and there you have it. We do
How
okay?
long? How long did that take us?
I don't know.
32 minutes. Double par. That's how I play golf.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. I mean, on Legendary, and we talked the whole time, reading
Totally.
chat. That was a good time, and we had some good conversation with everyone there. So thank you for going along with that little journey.
Yeah, we need 3D print cam. Okay.
So it's
Looking
making
good.
some. Let's pop into that nozzle.
Yeah.
It's like going pretty good. We got some pretty good adhesion there. There was a little part that looks a little awkward in there. No, it looks good. We should be good. There's a part that you can. Oh, I know what that part is. See in the top there, right where it's by right there. It looks like it didn't adhere very well. But generally, I think it's. I think we're in a good place. Enough for a quick another test. You're gonna get a black grunt head now.
Hey, cool.
Very diverse.
Yeah, exactly. I had to up the diversity on my foosball table.
So we didn't even talk about that. What colors were we gonna go with?
Well, so I think we have to try to get as closely as we can to the red and blue that are currently on the table. Because I feel like if you don't, then you end up being like, well, I have to paint the head, right?
Okay.
And then if you end up painting the head, then you have to paint the whole rest of the body, and then you can't switch out the bodies, right? So
Right.
I would think that you would try to get it as close as possible. If it's super off, then I would just paint it the blue. You know, I would find a Pantone match to the blue and paint it that
I think
blue.
we should sand it and paint it. I got a Talon it had made this Loki headset or this mask. I don't know what you would call it. It's the head horns for
Right.
Loki, and it looks badass. And what it was so good about it is that he took all the lines off by sanding it and then putting filler in it, I believe. And then Disturbed and Talon are talking in chat about what the skirt is for and what's that around it. Basically, it extrudes a little bit of filament so that you can kind of get everything moving and rolling pretty quickly. I don't know. Is there another reason that you would call a skirt, Talon? It's kind of when you first start a 3D print, it needs to start melting and it needs to start being adhering to the bed. So it gives you just a little bit of like...
It's like when you make pancakes for the first time, right? Your first batch of pancakes always gets burnt and stuff because the griddle's too hot or you have it too much. So those ones always turn out like crap. But then you have it all perfectly set up. It's just like pancakes.
This is the pancake.
This is the I feel like the skirt's like making a good set of pancakes. You gotta have it.
So what I'm curious of is did we do something or did we see an issue that was wrong? And I'm going to turn off the audio for Halo. So here's the print. And so you can see that there's that skirt that's around that piece. And so we're going to go into the print. Now see, it looks like everything was good, but where we're having an issue right now or where we're seeing an issue, let's go into this area. I'm trying to see what side of this is.
Right there? The inside?
Yeah, it's I'll cut back over to this guy right here, desktop view. So right around here is where it didn't adhere like perfectly there. It adhered everywhere else. So it basically printed over some thin air and some like goop came and then it just started printing in the right way.
Right.
It's not going to be a big issue with this one. We're printing pretty fast today. This is just like a prototype. Make sure it fits. Make sure everything else is good to go.
And our whole so that we could put an actual screw in there and it'll actually hold it down. Because I was thinking, do you think putting the screw up at the top is going to make the bottoms, are we going to need 3 screws?
No, because as long as it fits really well and we can get it to get pretty snug, I think it'll hold it together.
And I was wondering, what if when we get to the final, right? Like, what if instead of it just being two flat pieces, two flat pieces that are coming together like this, like one was sort of like pushed out a little bit, and then one was kind of like so they would kind of like fit together a little bit more, like
interlocking. You want, or like some sort of ball and joint kind of snap ins or something.
Well, at least just basically so that it's not just flat, right? So that it has a little bit more like a ball, but more just barely rounded, and then barely concave
make
on
it
the other side.
Click into each other with like little extruded parts.
Yeah, and if it could like click in, like that would be sick. But I don't think it necessarily needs that with the screw, right? Because you're not going to be like, oh, I want to click it off and then click it back on. Like, you're putting it in there for a while.
Yeah, but the screw is just going to hold it in place permanently.
Yeah.
So you just use some, what do you call it? It's like when you do woodworking, you have a dowel and you put the dowels that kind of hold the pieces together.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was thinking that too, right? You could have dowels within the holes on the other side, and that could like hold it together if we didn't want to do more than one screw. Anyway, all things to figure out when we get the next one of this, because I feel like next time, if this works, right, and we feel, oh, this is good, we'll mess with more of the how to connect it together, right? And so we'll make sure that that's like perfect. And then we'll just start bringing in heads, right? Like, we'll basically go, okay, now we need a grunt head. Now we need this one. So we'll just start downloading stuff at that point. And if we're going to do Halo Master Chief helmets for one entire side, we got to make that one work, right? Like,
and one thing too is, let's see here. Let's just show the pictures again of the Master Chief kind of heads thus far of where we're at.
Yeah.
So if this is where we're at right now, this was our prototyping. You can see where it fits together pretty well over the head.
Yeah.
And this is generally...
I feel like that looks cool. Like, especially if that was blue and it was just,
I feel like we're gonna have to paint them. We're gonna do the whole thing. Sand, paint, make this look really good.
But don't you think? So here's the only thing. There's gonna be 22 of them. Right. So that's gonna be a big thing.
Are you thinking paint not with a brush? I mean, we have like different spray paints and then do some sort of lacquer on it or something like that.
Yeah. What I think would be cool is if it looked like it matched.
Yeah.
The blue, right? Like,
absolutely.
It looks like it was just part of it. Like, oh, this table just happens to be a Halo, head table.
You know what I'm starting to think too now is that Kathy's not gonna like it, but what if you had like the whole bed of the table as some sort of like
like
cool
you could do like vinyl, like a vinyl like thing over the top of it,
grunts and blood splatter. Oh yeah, blood gulch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's what I was gonna say. It's just an overhead view of blood gulch done onto there. Yeah, with like warthogs jumping and stuff, like all from above. That would be slick.
And then Disturb making a mold and then using epoxy to create those would be one thing, but we're trying to have a bunch of different heads on here, and so we're gonna have a whole bunch of different types of Master Chief heads, and then we'll have a whole grunt army. We talked about. Were we going to try to do elites? It was a little tough because we had the mandibles were a little.
It might be that we need to purchase some things, because I think if you're going only with free stuff, you're going to do grunts and elites.
Yeah.
So you could do like the whole front line grunts, and then you could have like a set of elites for the sort of offensive guys and then defensive guys, and then do like a crazy hooded, super yellow elite or something like that we just build the headdress for.
Sure.
For the back guys. As long as you can find like one elite, because I do think it would be cool. What I would want to have in the perfect world is a row of grunts, a row of jackals, probably, right? A row of lower level elites, and then a crazy high level elite, right? Like that would kind of be the perfect. I don't know. And then on the UNSC side, you would have I think we're just gonna have all Master Chief helmets, right?
Right.
Unless we can find.
Well, that was the thing. We had that whole
Marines.
We had a bunch of different helmet types.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because those are already built and already ready, at least.
But just to acknowledge what's going on in chat is that getting an epoxy version of it is probably like the most strengthened piece that you would have, and then it would also look really good. So if you like took one of these 3D prints, sanded the crap out of it so it's nice and smooth, everything's looking really great. Then you cast that mold.
Oh, yeah.
And then filled it with an epoxy. You're going to have a really nice part that's going to be strong. Not going to have, and it'll match.
It would look exactly, because that's what the normal guys are.
And then
right?
you color the epoxy.
Yeah.
And then you would have that piece. I've never done that, but hell, shit, that might be something we could try, right?
We could try that. I would say that the only thing about doing it like this is it feels like the other way feels like, oh my God, if I was like selling this or doing this for something, but it would be like, I like the idea of putting this on there, having it there, and then be like, great. And a year we switch it out with something else, right? Like, it doesn't need to be a permanent thing. I feel like,
I'm pretty sure we're never going to make another set of these.
No, because so the only thing that I would say, normally I would say yes, right? But we already have like the shape of the head, right? Like if all you have to do is find a dozen heads that you like and then put that shape into it. I feel like it's pretty easy to do that at that point.
And you know what too is that we're still like practicing with Halo pieces, but if we did want to go and Etsy some of our own custom built pieces, that could be a whole nother kind of endeavor if we wanted to go with this, because I don't know. Hey,
and I want to give this out to the community too. Like at some point I want to like
so he's talking about resin. Okay, so you're talking about the 3D printing it from a resin printer.
Just buy one of those. Adam.
Well, Talon has one. We'll just let him do them. We'll send you all the files that we create, and you can make that happen. So I did just so we can kind of exit the show today with a little bit of Fusion 360.
Cool.
We've been tinkering around with Tinkercad, Autodex kind of software. This is usually the introductory for kids playing with it. There's some neat little tools in there that you can work, and as you see, you could just tinker around, pull in shapes and primitives and be able to merge them and do that work. And so we've been just playing with that. That was like my introduction to it. Is when I first got my 3D printer, I was like, holy crap, like how am I going to ever build something? This is going to take forever. And then I'm like, okay, well, what's this little Tinkercad? And I started doing it. I was like, actually, this is starting to make sense. And now that I've just like gone full in depth, my glasses that I've created, I did it in Tinkercad, Illustrator, and Blender. And I was like, basically trying every little trick that I can find to be able to pull this off. And I got them to work, and I kind of finalized them in Tinkercad. I'm trying to recreate them in Fusion 360. I'm actually been working on my new pair, so I've been working on this platform. Last time,
so you have a project that you can't do in Tinkercad, basically, right?
Yeah, and it's really tough to do. But what I wanted to show you was I did go through a lesson. So let me just show you the part that I created.
Okay.
And then we can kind of talk about how I used it. So I went through some lessons. This is a bracket to mount a screen to a bar, essentially. So it has all these different little pieces and sketches that I used to make this. So I didn't just pull this out of my ass and come up with this, but this whole design was based off of a whole series that I did on Pluralsight.
Cool.
And so what I love about this platform and what I like about Fusion was it like taught me how to make this kind of thing. One of the interesting pieces of it as well is the drawings that you can generate from this. And so I'm just going to show you an example of what those drawings are like. So if you're going to actually take this and have it fabricated as a part, you want to take that part and you're going to make some sort of kind of CAD drawing that can be printed out and all the measurements and all the different pieces on it. So you take that 3D printed part or at least modeled part, and then you can create it with a drawing. This one's not editable because I forgot to turn it on editable, but I didn't have to go and create these little scenes. I took one and it projects all these different areas, and then you can go in, add all the measurements in there, do detailed views, do a lot of other cool things. So Talon just gave us the absolute way to do Tinkercad, or not Tinkercad, Fusion 360. So let's go ahead and just let me back out to this, and I'm gonna go to a new design, and we're gonna do his method. So construction plane, sketch, constrain, extrude. The constrain component is where I'm still learning with it. So what I'm gonna do right now is just do a very, very simple kind kind of piece in Fusion 360. So one of the first things you do is you want to create a sketch. When you first create a sketch, it's asking what plane or do you want to select to build this particular sketch. So it's showing the X, Y, and Z axis. The one I tend to like to do this on is this plane here. So I'm looking at it from the top down. So now we're just looking directly on the top. I would need some additional help to figure out how to exactly center this. I've been working with these different construction lines and things, and there's definitely ways to make this happen. I'm not going super in depth. I'm going to show you the quick and dirty of what this would look like. So here's our line tool, which you probably would kind of familiarize yourself with the line tool in Illustrator or something like that. But I'm going to pick a point. I'm going to click and release with the left mouse button. And at this point, I'm going to be able to pull a line out. So I'm just going to go straight down. Now I'm going to click and hold the left mouse button just to show you another little tool with it, is it that then you can build arcs. So now I can kind of pull an arc out right here. And now I'm going to release. And now I'm going to do another line. I'm going to go up here, click and hold again.
This is a line tool, basically.
It's like a line tool, and there's different ways that you can leverage it. So in just this little case, I've created what you call a sketch. So the sketch isn't anything other than
2D.
It's a 2D design. And honestly, once you get into that drawing mode, this is what kind of gets projected and things on there.
With this, you could like import in line art SVGs at this point?
I don't know if you could pull in SVGs into this. Apparently, I taught Talon something because he didn't know about the arcing tool. So that's a benefit.
Yay.
So I'm going to just, in this case, finish this sketch so we can kind of take a look at it. So if I were to use this tool, and I'm going to hit the home tool so we can kind of just see it in this mode right here. If I go on the side, it is nothing but a flat
line
piece of information here. So the next step on it, though, is I want this sketch to be extruded. So there's a couple ways. There's all these tool sets up at the top, but I'm going to right-click it in this case. And there's something interesting, and I'm trying to just show it off, is that if you right-click and hold, they've done some cool things with the mouse. If you just like drag this out just a little bit like this, it automatically opens the panel without having to click buttons.
Maya does
so they
that.
make all these like cool gestures, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So it opens up our extrude panel where you have all these different parameters that you can do to your sketch. So the first thing that you can do is just kind of figure out if you didn't select something and you went directly to the extrude tool under modify or things like that, you could select the extrude control and then pick what faces you want to do this to or profiles. In this case, it was already selected. You see there's an arrow there. I can pull it up. So now we have a 3D object.
No, make it like a skateboard because it's skateboard's shaped.
I don't know how to bend that. That's
no, just make it thin like a skateboard.
Okay, we can make it definitely thinner like a skateboard. So you do that piece of it. Just wanted to show you this is that we're pulling one side out, but you could also do a couple different types. You can do two sides.
Sure.
Two sides would allow you to pull either side independently, and then a symmetric one where you, as you pull up, it kind of pulls it out like that. I think in this case, we're just going to keep it on the one side. We'll keep it about the skateboard height. And then you have all these other little pieces in here. Now it says a taper angle. I'm not even really sure that is, but we can
do it up.
Let's just try it. Let's do like a 0.5, and I'm curious what it does.
It's gonna round the edges, right?
Does it?
No, I don't know.
Taper. If I always do this. I hit enter and then I curse myself because when I hit enter, it does a thing and it commits everything there.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit 0 on this. I'm just put 0 degrees and I'm gonna hit OK. So here we have our shape. Taper is a slant. Okay. Now this is what I really like about this, and then is that there's a couple tools that I'm just going to go through. One of them is the ability to add champers or fillets, and so if I go taper, I get you. Okay, taper is basically making it so it kind of like angles into itself.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna click this side.
It was the thing that we were trying to do with the cylinder in Tinkercad and could not get it to work. Right? Remember, we needed like a cylinder that was coming in slightly for the head of the guy. Remember? And we couldn't figure, and so we ended up taking a cone and stretching it out really far so we could just use the very top of the cone. That would have been
absolutely perfect. I'm gonna just I'll save this as skateboard just so I could do a couple of this next things. So now I'm selecting this face. Notice what happened. The sketch is gone. So right when I created the 3D object, the new body, if you go to these sketches, it should have turned it off. So it was off. So you can have all these sketches and a bunch of them on there. But this is what's kind of cool next. And there's different orders of when you might put champers or any kind of these different details. I love right clicking and just clicking on certain these areas in
Yeah,
here.
those are supposed to be like your quick keys,
pieces,
right? Like,
right.
oh, I need to get to this all the time. Like I remember Maya was always like you held the space bar. And then that would bring up your thing, and then you would do it, and so it would be really fast because your hands were already there.
So what you could do here is in this case, I want to modify this face, and I want to add. I'm going to do fillets on this one, and so what it's basically saying is I'm selecting this face, and I want to give it some sort of basically a rounded edge on those corners. So I'm going to give it a point. Let's see here. Oh, I already have a point in there. So 0.3. That might be way too much. That's way too much.
Hey, no, that looks cool. It's like it's like a hoverboard.
But if you do 0.03, you can kind of see how this works. Now, here's something that's kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Let's say I clicked on this face on the side here. And see how it's like selecting all of the faces? Mm-hmm. It's doing what's called a tangent chain. If you deselect the tangent chain, you can select individual faces.
Yeah.
So then you can just pick like which face you want to actually do this. So if I deselect everything now and I turn the tangent chain off, you can actually just manipulate or add a chamfer or whatever to one side. So I'm going to do 0.03. And I don't know what the hell I just did, but everything just blew up and I don't have a middle there.
0.3.
0.03.
Try 0.3.
0.3 is going to blow it up. I don't even think that would work. It looks like a...
At least it's there.
It looks like a comb. We've made a comb.
Great.
If we could like cut that out. Actually,
it's like a squeegee.
It could be a squeegee. We could put this in TPU and it would actually use it in our shower there. All right, I'm going to cut that off. So the whole point, though, is using this tangent chain is something I've been learning about. So where when you want to put these chamfers on, it will like link up all the things that have like a really good connection point or a rounded kind of edge. I don't know the words to say what
lingo.
This is. But so, all right, we're almost done with the demo. I'm just going to put that little bit of a chamfer on there. And then the last thing that I wanted to show you was, you know how we've been putting holes in things?
Yeah.
And we would get a part and then we turn it into a different thing and eat that part or use the negative space to cut that hole. If I right click on here, there's a hole function where you can kind of create a hole, position it, and now in this particular case, I'm going to look at it from the top.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go to this, and I have snap on, so it's going to snap it here. We'll have some abilities to adjust the radius or actually the diameter here. You can adjust it. I have it in inches for whatever reason. So if I want that hole right there, you have all these different options of how you can
neat
leverage that hole.
Right, like
how you want it to go
types
down.
and things that are going in there.
That little taper, and this is where you can adjust, what degrees it goes, and this is the diameter that we're working with. And then once you commit that, it just adds a hole. So now you have your hole. So it looks like almost like a little jump drive or some sort of medallion you'd wear on a necklace or something like that. So here's the last point. So we've made one shape, we've added a hole, we've done some little pieces on it. The last thing that you might do, or next thing you might decide to do, is add another object to the top of it. So how do you do that? So what you have to do is do another sketch. So what you got to do is first you select kind of where I'm going to click on the sketch tool, and it's asking which construction plane you want to do. You can actually pick a side like this if you like, but I wanted to show you something else. I'm going to hit escape on the keyboard. I'm going to use this construct, and I'm going to do an offset plane. So I'm going to click on this, and I want to offset a plane from this face, if this makes sense. So I'm going to say on this face, by selecting it, I want to offset this by, let's just do it by 1/4 of an inch, and I'll hit OK. So it's placed a plane 1/4 of an inch away from this. So if you ever needed to level something up. So next you take your sketch, you click the plane that you just created, and then use whatever tool. Let's use a circle tool in this case right here. And I'm just going to draw out a little circle and put that out there. I will finish that sketch, and then we'll do my extrude. So we can click on that, press pull, and let's pull it up. So it's a hovering piece over that.
Yeah.
Now, the reason you would want to use different planes like that, obviously you would want to connect these and actually join those two pieces together, which you could do here. You'll notice that if I pull this down, which my intention was to really build it a little higher than that and not actually join it. That was if you were trying to position things in different places. Mm-hmm. But if I were to go down through this, see how it's like cutting it out as a whole?
Right.
You can
It's doing the same thing as Tinker would.
Tinkercad with this shape, but you can go over here and you can change your options. You can do an intersect where it cuts out certain pieces on the opposite. It's like an opposite of a hole. And then you have join.
It's the Pathfinder tool.
And this is what we were looking for. This is the
Yeah.
thing we needed. And so generally you get all of your little pieces. You construct your thing. Where I'm learning right now is I want to center this thing like on this exact midpoint. And I don't know how to do that. I wanted to show you something cool though, is if I were to right or left click and drag out right here, and I select a few things, see how it only selected this middle part and a little bit of this top area here?
Right.
When I clicked and dragged. If I go over here and I click and drag from the opposite direction and do the same thing, it selects the whole part. So the selection depended on if you start from left down to right versus this way gives you different selection abilities.
Neat.
So generally, that's enough. We're not trying to go and crepe this.
You made a little fidget spinner or something.
That's what he said. It's a fidget toy,
nice.
so
Yeah.
it looks great. So you need to go and sketch and constrain the center of your shape to the center of the world. So you need to go to your sketch. Okay, yeah. So that's where you start. Back when we were way back on the sketch,
That's when you would
I
have
think you
needed to
adjusted on it.
align it or whatever.
So we're gonna play with this at some point in the future. I mean, it was just to show that we're not really that. We know enough of it now to get into Fusion to start building some of our parts. And so,
well, because at some point we want to make our own things as opposed to going to Thingiverse and downloading whatever. Like, especially if we want to do some art
Tinker
thing.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
especially if I want to do some art thing, like I'm gonna have to be building stuff in here.
The only other thing, and actually, I did want to show you this because you just mentioned it, and I've been playing with this and I haven't played it enough. Is create form allows you to do a little bit more sculpty kind of thing, so you can pull out. I believe you can pull out. Let's see here, pull out. Do you just create it? I can't remember what you do. Oh, maybe you have to put it on a face.
What are you trying to do?
I was gonna create a. Oh no, it's a cylinder. That's not the right one. I was gonna create a. I think it is a box. Yeah, here it is. So you pick where you want to put this. So I'm gonna create. Maybe I'm doing this wrong, but we're gonna see.
It's like,
oh, here we go.
Freaking out my brain.
Oh yeah, because I did it on the wrong face. So you pull out a shape that allows you to then like do these kind of sculpty things. I think it was like, what was it, shift? Okay, once I commit the shape, you can take sides. Was it alt? There's a hotkey that I can like grab points.
Grab it, yeah.
Oh, which one was it? Maybe it was control? Shift. It's got to be shift.
And so that would be you like grabbing a point in Illustrator, right? And moving it out, and it just like the rest of the shape sort of goes with it.
Yeah, and I made this really crazy shape. I don't remember what it is offhand. Anybody can remember that. But you then can like sculpt. That was what I was trying to get to. Instead of like having to have these perfectly measured out shapes.
Well, that's what I would like. That's how I remember 3D modeling in college, right? Is you would start out with sort of the basic shapes of a thing, just like you would do with a sculpture, right? Like you would block it out with stuff, and then you would say, okay, now take the mesh and like, there would be basically like a paintbrush, and you would paint over the top of it, and that would pull it out or push it in, or make corners and stuff, and that's how you would go through. And
I feel like I'm like one key press away from doing it. Like you have to hold like a key on this board, and I remember being like, oh my god, this is life changing, and I can't even remember what key it is. It's like there's probably a modify here. Oh, maybe this was it. I just need to go in modify mode. So like you can pull out like pieces.
Okay, there
and,
we
like
go.
you could start doing some of these, but then if you held like, I think it was like control maybe. All right, well, oh here it is. So I'm holding alt on the keyboard, and you can make these like crazy. So I made a shape, and then it like.
Oh, it's like adding.
It's just pulling that face out. Now that's the shape that, like, if I tried to actually take this in and commit this as a form, it'd be like, you have overlapping vertices and other kind of things. I made some like ridiculous shape at one point, but you're able to kind of pull things around and
it's
and
almost
generate
like
shapes.
Like once I pulled it and stopped, let me take that again, right? Like let me take that little face now, and let me add that again and pull it out, and then pull that out.
I'm interested to see if this will actually commit. Let's see. So finish form. See, this was what I was getting before. So it's saying like there's certain edges or faces that are crossing each other. So I think it's like a compilation of those. So if I try to commit and continue, it just deletes that whole shape.
Right.
But I made this really cool shape. I was like, I want to 3D print that. And then it gave me that and I couldn't figure out anywhere to save it. And it sucked.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Well, I think that's it. The last thing we can show on for the day is we're making some hella progress. It feels like that's going to work. So we'll make our
more pictures next time. Once I have this, once we have this in hand and we're in our actual foosball table, I think it's going to be awesome.
So thank you for watching the stream today, and come back for the Adam and Ryan show for next time. So another 2 weeks, and we'll have a little bit more further along.
Totally.
And we'll have some special guests at some point. Talon and Disturbed. I think pulling you onto the show one of these days is going to be fun. So
totally.
This is Adam and signing off, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.